So it's 2024. What do you think is the benefits of having a personal brand?
Bro, everybody's gonna need a personal brand. Pretty much, if you don't have a personal brand, like in 2025, and people don't know, like, and trust you, who are you selling to? Nobody knows you. Your social media is pretty much your business card at this point. Like, people want to know who they're buying from. They want to know what you have to offer, and you have to figure out a creative way to display that. So it's like the game's changed. Anyone with a skill or the heart to serve others can now build their own platform and offer their own services to people. Before it was just we had to watch things on TV and they were able to sell to us. Sell us concert tickets or narratives or whatever. You can create your own narrative, and you have a specific audience you can target to really serve, and it's a beautiful place. It doesn't matter your background. Anyone, people in third world countries nowadays can work online and display their work, whether they're editors or marketers, and sell.
As an entrepreneur, how important is it to have a good woman by your side?
Bro, all that little talk, your homies and stuff, being like, oh, like, I don't need a girl, this and that. When you're really trying to become something, you're going to go through it, bro. You're going to lose a lot of friends. You're going to lose a lot of people around you. You're going to be unrelatable. You're going to feel like you're in over your head. And sometimes the only person that can see what you're seeing is your girl, because she's next to you. You're explaining your vision all the time. She's helping you. Sometimes when you're down, she's helping you out. And I really don't think that it's something any guy can do without a good woman, or at least like good women in your life. I feel like the person you choose to spend your life with and marry is also a really big deal for a man. I think it's one of the biggest life choices, because you're going to become who you surround yourself with. And your inner monologue, your inner narrative is going to be influenced by the closest people in your ear. If you have a woman tearing you down or causing drama, or kind of just out in the street wilding, or she's just not educating herself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, tapping into her feminine essence, she could ruin everything you're trying to build unconsciously. And if you're not on the same page, you're not on the same page. I think a lot of guys may choose just based off ass and looks and stuff like that, which we're all guys, I get it. But I think choosing a woman based on her heart, how she treats her friends and family and children, and she's just more purpose-based, cares about her relationship with God, I think that's what's really going to carry it through long term. And it's super important, mandatory.
So why did you choose the marketing space for online coaches?
Because I had so many different business ventures, and I realized that it's not just about business and making money. It was also about who you come in contact with through your business. And as I age, what kind of relationships do I want to have? Who do I want my story and journey to be with? And I figured I need to be in a business that aligns me to people with the same values as me. So I figured, where would those people be? They would probably be trying to uplift and encourage others. Usually those are educators or coaches, whether they're teaching people health, wellness, and nutrition, teaching people business and finances, they're helping people with relationships in this crazy generation. I figured, where can I find the people who have God's heart the most? They would be trying to uplift the consciousness of others. I love that. And being in that field, I learned so much. Like, I have a relationship coach that we're helping, and they've been married for 30 years, and they've helped me in my relationship a lot. I've helped fitness coaches and health coaches, that kind of nutritionists that help me learn what to eat, what to cut out, taught me about the things going on in the American diet that's keeping people vibrational and overweight and stuff. And I just feel like this is where you'll find people really trying to make impact on other people. So I love the coaching and education realm, bro. So important. To be 100% honest with you, before I started this business, I didn't want an Instagram. I felt like I don't like the headache of seeing so many people's narratives being pushed in my mind, and ads, and just silly little content that tries to pop up, whatever. I didn't want that in my mental sphere. A coach that had hired had told me, like, hey bro, like, if you want to get a message out to somebody in the world, how would you do that? I'm like, well, you would have to tell them or put it in front of them. And he was, okay, what's the best way to put it in front of them in this time? I was like, you're right, it's social media. That's where I'm seeing everything. And he was like, that's pretty much your billboard, that's your marketing, that's your showing people that you're actually able to help them or serve them. He's like, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna be at home by yourself? You're gonna door knock and say, hey, let me run your ads for you? It makes no sense. He's like, go ahead and get efficient, become more efficient, make you a personal brand, run ads. Because when you do that, you're now able to tell, you're able to tell like 20,000 people, you're able to replicate yourself with a video and then tell 200,000 people, hey, I'm offering this service. and target it to the type of people who would buy your service. So I'm like, okay, I need to do this. I need to have a personal brand, and I need to put my face out there, whether I want to or not.
So, what's the importance of joining a coaching program or hiring a mentor like you to teach them how to be a coach?
Well, just in general, having a mentor in general, probably the most important thing in life, in different areas of life too. So I used to think like, okay, cool, I can kind of like watch YouTube videos and just figure it all out myself. But you do have many people with their different perspectives, or just, giving you the quick information, and it just hits different when you have someone and they're physically right there, and it's like, what do I do? How did you get to where you're at? And how can I, like, skip the BS essentially? And they can show you, right there, hands on. You'll skip years of bumping your own head on your own, right? So it's kind of like, why not fast track success by asking, like, old wise guy, hey, what are the 3 things that if you had to pass down to your grandkids before you passed away about life, what would you tell them? What are you telling them, the most 3 important things you learned through life? You can kind of get to the point a little bit faster rather than just bumping your head yourself. So I think it's super important. When I hired mentors, I grew exponentially. I had to humble myself. I had to realize I didn't know everything. And sometimes I had to have my little feelings hurt and my little ego bruised, but I was like, okay, hey, like, I learned, I understand the back end, I understand how things work now. I understand marketing, sales, system building, hiring, whatever, tracking. It helps a lot, bro. I think it's important. And I think that if you think you're just about to just figure your life out in general by yourself, you're crazy, bro. God put a person here, a light in each corner to kind of help you through a different part of life. So I think I'll always invest in mentorship, whether it's business and finance, whether it's therapy has been really big, especially for guys. I've been going to therapy. My girl recommended therapy to me and gave me her therapist, and it's actually really helped me in so many different areas of my life. I think when I'm married, I'll have marriage coaches. I like to have those people in my corner, like, imagine a boxer and then they're in the corner during their break or whatever. They have their coach right there speaking life into them. Why do they have a coach? Why do basketball players have a coach? Why do football players have a coach? Why do professional golfers have a coach? Everyone has a coach that's successful in anything. So why not get coaching in any area of life you're trying to grow in? It just makes logical sense. Our marketing team just made this business coach $50,000 in her first 3 weeks of joining the program. And what she offers is she pretty much teaches other women how to sell digital products. And I always say, like, people, like attracts like. So people selling money will always make the most money, I feel like. So if you have any kind of financial skill, trading stocks, digital marketing, teaching people how to trade or sell digital products, whatever it is, anything that you can do to help other people make money, they will buy into it. It's an easy sell, like, okay, if I invest in this, I can learn how to make money on repeat, or I can make that back in a month, and then everything I make from there is profit. People are gonna buy into it. So
If you're just starting out on your entrepreneurship journey, what skills do you think are most important to start investing in and start learning?
first, I would invest in any kind of form of personal development. I would do that immediately. So whether that's reading books, I recommend The Secret, Think and Grow Rich. Rich Dad, Poor Dad's a good one. I really like Psychology of Money. And any book you can, figure out on growing yourself and finance, because personal development is going to be tied to both of those no matter what. As far as skills, I think you should learn sales. Learn sales. Once I understood sales and the psychology of sales, it shifted my whole perspective. I realized that every piece of content, every music video, every commercial, everything was getting me to buy into one of 3 things: an idea, a product, or a service. So it shifted my world from just feeling like, oh, I can just go along and believe anything, to being like, oh, what are they trying to get me to buy into? And is it beneficial for me? So sales is the number 1 skill. Learning the psychology of sales and communication, and learning how to persuade people into, hopefully, a positive service that you're offering. It will change the way you're able to communicate for the rest of your life, just in your everyday life, because most people don't know how to articulate themselves and communicate their point clear and effectively. And it's very hard to get people to believe in themselves, or to get others to believe in them when they don't even believe in themselves. And the skill of sales will really teach you that, and it will transform your life forever. It'll help you be a better leader in your family. It will just, I promise you, bro, like, for the young guys out there trying to date, and you learn sales, you're going to communicate some beautiful, you're going to talk your way into some beautiful women in your life.
Sales, and it's all a numbers game, and it's all sales.
Yeah, 100%. And then From sales, I would do marketing. Learn how to market. Whatever you're offering, realize that marketing is all around you. You know, people are putting an idea, product, or service in your face. I don't care if it's on a billboard. I don't care if it's on the screen. Everyone's marketing. Word to mouth. Someone's saying, hey, did you hear this? This was really cool. You know, this ice cream was great. Let's go over there. That's marketing. Getting an idea, product, or service in your face. So learning sales and marketing, you can do anything. You can anything. For the rest of your life will change. It's how you view things. Obviously, you know, client fulfillment, you know, making sure you follow through on your word, because you're going to become, you know, a beast, like a vicious leader, able to communicate and lead anyone into anything that you believe in. So just having the heart integrity to really serve them well.
In 2024?
I think it really does depend on your personality. You have to know yourself. You know, if you're an introvert and you like to be behind the scenes, you know, who knows? You might like to be a content creator for people, you know, film their content. It really depends. I like to go with service-based businesses because I think you learn the most skills through them and dealing with people, and people will buy services that they need. A lot of times people, you know, especially in America, people buy a lot of products that they don't need. The culture is based on consumerism. I think you can only get so far with that. If you open up a service-based business that's going to be around for a lifetime that people are already going to need, like marketing, every business needs marketing, right? So if you can master that and serve others and bring them leads and bring them more money, they'll pay you on a monthly retainer. They'll recommend you to friends. They're always going to need that service. So I say any form of a service-based business, I would start. Even if that's not where you stay forever, I think it teaches you a lot of the skills you're going to need to carry through into any other venture that you decide to go on in the future.
Who are some creators in the entrepreneurship space that you respect or look up to?
No, I'm kidding. Well, some creators in the entrepreneurial space, I was really sad that I never got to invest in mentorship from Bob Proctor, but I feel like Bob Proctor intertwined business and spirituality so well that I have yet to see anyone else do it that great. And I love his personal brand. I love his long-form content and how in-depth he goes, teaching you about your subconscious mind and your energy and frequency, and then also teaching how money works and how it's attracted to a being through service and being on a money frequency. So I would say Bob Proctor, who was also in the documentary The Secret, by the way, is one of my favorite creators. And not another specific person, but I really respect people's personal brands who are really simple and authentic and true to them when they're giving a lot of value and sharing their experiences and what they've learned. I feel like I can resonate with those people more, and I trust them, and those are the people who get me to buy into their services. So anyone out there with a personal brand, just being yourself and sharing value on what you've learned and what you've been through, and I can tell that they can articulate their value very well, like I trust them a lot more. If I had to give any advice to anyone going through their personal growth journey or starting a business or building anything meaningful, I think it's extremely important to think of life in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. In this life, you attract what you are, not what you want or just what you think about, but what you are in that very moment. So where you're hanging out, what you're eating, what you're talking about, your education level, you will attract people in your life based on what you are in alignment with. And for me, once I realized that, life started to feel like a game of Tetris, trying to align the pieces in my life in a way that made sense. So when I was hanging out with friends who weren't really focused on growth or growing, I would be frustrated all the time that I felt misunderstood. So I started to hang out in the library. In the library, I ran into a lot of people who spend a lot of time studying and learning. So I found people that I was able to get along with and resonate with, and that inspired me to hang out at the gym. And then I started meeting people who were in shape and would talk about food and diet to keep their self at a healthy weight. And so it made me focus on the kind of food I was eating. So now I'm learning a lot. I'm in the gym. I'm eating better foods. I'm eating organic food, and I got into business. So now I'm meeting business owners. And it's funny because a lot of them have those same habits as well. So our life starts to make sense, you know? We're building our programs, our courses, and we go to the gym, we eat healthy food, we talk about spirituality and philosophy and see what we can learn from each other. And life begins to manifest as this. And as I've become better and become more resourceful and knowledgeable, I realize that they're on the same path and they're doing the same thing. So now their resources become my resources, their network becomes my network, and prosperity begins to circulate. A huge life hack for growth and expansion is to leave your hometown. And when you grow up in an environment and everyone's used to seeing you a certain way, they know a version of you. So as you're trying to grow, they may still see you and hold you to that version of you that they know, and only be able to perceive you at the level of perception they've grown to. So once you're out of your hometown, whether it's a new city, whether it's a new state or country, you get to start fresh. You get to introduce yourself to new people who have never seen you before, who don't know you or your story. And you get to meet people over similar interests and that are also doing the same and growing as well. You don't have that crutch of feeling like, well, everyone knows me, and you have to communicate. You have to be able to sell yourself. You have to be able to sell your ideas to other people. You have to get people to be able to believe in you and what you're doing. Also, changing your environment helps you to think different. It helps you to dream bigger, question your perspective, and realize that every city, every state, every country is different, and the thought patterns are different. So it will make you reflect and look at yourself and think, do I have limiting beliefs in certain areas? Okay, how can I overcome them? Or I like the way these people speak here. I want to adopt some of those habits. But over here, I like how they dress. I like that these people feel more integral. But maybe you like certain aspects that you've picked up from your hometown, and you don't want to change those values that you've gained. It helps you reinvent yourself and help you construct the person that you are dreaming of becoming. Changing your environment is powerful. One thing that has helped me be open-minded to trying so many different things is not having my identity tied into what I am doing. For example, I don't see myself as I am a business owner, or I am an author, I am a course creator. That's not who I am. Those are things that I'm interested in and that I am doing and have a passion for. If those aren't the things you identify yourself in, you have to ask yourself, who am I? And I love to get to know myself, and my perception of myself grows and changes and evolves over time. But what I've learned about myself is that I'm an infinite spiritual being with limitless opportunity for my life. And I can use my thought energy and focus and concentrate it into anything that I want to do. If I'm no longer interested in a topic or a label, I'm not lost without that label or title, because I know who I am. And I think when you look deep within yourself and do a lot of the shadow work and ask yourself, who am I at my core? You don't feel like a label or a job title or what you own makes you who you are. You become more free to try new things, whether you fail or fail, which is just, failing doesn't really exist. It's just a step to learn something new. Or if you don't fail at certain things, it means you were never trying. But failure isn't really a thing. It's just like, I tried something, I learned, I got better. Or I'm having a setback, what am I learning from this to get better? It's just a part of growth. But if your identity isn't tied to a label or anything like that, or position, then you're just a soul that's gaining wisdom through life's experiences that you're able to pass down and be a light by sharing them with others, your family, your children. And it's a much more limitless feeling than thinking that your label or position is all that you are.
If someone wants to start a personal brand, what are some steps that they should be taking?
Well, first, I think they need to figure out what their niche is. Who are they speaking to? Who is their target audience? Who are the people that will resonate with them and what they're offering? If you want to start a personal brand, I think if you're in the business space, you should be starting with a problem that you're looking to solve and giving a lot of solution-based content on how they can solve those problems so that you establish yourself as the authority in your field. You is just, who are you? And really make it in alignment with who you are, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Are you a fun person? Make your brand fun. You could just be you. And the beauty of that is law of attraction. You're going to attract who you are. The kind of clients and people you get to serve, they'll really be in alignment with you if you're being yourself. So if you're an easygoing, laid-back person, you can really be that. The people who will resonate with your message and your spirit, they'll want to work with you. And that's cool, because you get to work with people who you are actually like, which is a beautiful thing. And 3, this is a really unusual take on looking at it like this, but I like to look at your personal brand as also a vision board. Whether it's fun lifestyle content or you living your life, you're also creating a story that your children are going to look back on. You're giving a lot of value-based information so they can learn from. And you're getting to watch yourself live the life that you've always wanted. I don't care if that's like penthouses in Dubai and luxury city life. You get to attract people who like that energy, that feeling. Or if you're just a nature person, you're like, hey, I like to keep it simple and farm life and coach you guys with my family. That's a cool life to show too. Some people may say, hey, I want that life. I want to learn from him. Make it your own aesthetic and just make it who you are and look at it like a vision board as well.
How important is it to have a solid group of friends when you're on your spiritual journey?
To be honest, I feel like, bro, on your spiritual journey, it can look crazy depending on what phase you're in. But there may be a phase where you have no friends for a minute. You're kind of just in solitude and just God got you. It's just you and God trying to figure it out. Who are you without the external noise, without the music, without the TV, narrative, social media, without your parents' voice or what you were just raised and conditioned to believe? Who are you without religious structures? It could be terrifying. It could be like a really life-changing experience, and sometimes you have no friends. But I think once you kind of make it to the other side, where you start tapping into who you are and what you're in alignment with, I think God and the universe will slowly start bringing you people in alignment with who you are. If you're into business or if you're into service, you kind of figure out like spirituality, who am I, what's my purpose, who do I want to impact. You start doing things that are in alignment with that. I have to become a better person to be able to serve others. You run into friends at the gym, or you're at the library now, so you run into better people in the personal development section or in the finance section or health and wellness section. You start eating different. You're at Whole Foods or Erewhon or eating natural food. You start running into people that's in alignment with you on these frequencies, and it's super crucial. It's super important, because an ego death can feel like you just lost all sense of self and you're just trying to find your way again, you know?
So you're in the digital marketing space for coaches. I always hear a lot of them talk about a funnel, digital funnel.
Right.
What is that exactly?
Bro, to be honest, so a funnel is pretty much just a roadmap that you are creating for your potential clients to go down and end up into your service or to buy into your offer, right? So you want to look at everything in life like a funnel. Like if you go to McDonald's, you see that big yellow M, you know, that's their ad. Let's say that's their ad. They're signaling, you know, hey, we're McDonald's, we serve food. So maybe you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm kind of hungry. Now you're in their funnel. You're going through the drive-through, you're looking at the menu. You're like, okay, they have this, they have that. You drive through the drive-through. They literally created a whole entire system for you to go through. It's a giant system that's able to be rinsed and repeated, you know? So clients or customers can always come there like clockwork, you know? So social media funnel, pretty much, if you have, I'm sure you've seen ads on YouTube and people are making their offer to you. They want you to opt in or something, right? They want you to give an email for a free ebook, or you know, it might take you to their landing page and you'll see a video sales letter. You'll hop on a sales call with them. This is a funnel that many people are going through and paying money for a high ticket service, or to land you in their monthly subscription group where they're making lots of money. But how would anybody know of you if they didn't see your face? How would anyone trust you? Not going through a personal brand, getting to know who you are you informative about what you offer, you really know how to serve, you know, they go to your landing page, read about what you do. There's like a breakdown video, a VSL, video sales letter, where you're explaining to the T, here's your problem, here's how I've helped other people solve that problem, here's proof, here's testimonials, and then here's a 10-minute breakdown of how I'm gonna get you from A to Z, and the call to action, hey, book a call if this is something you're interested in. You know that there's a funnel, and when they land there, you're able to hop on a sales call with them, hear their problem. They already know, like, and trust you. They've seen you running ads. They're pretty much going through the system that they want, at least for what I offer. They're like, oh, I know this works for sure. So that's a funnel. So then they join my community, they're in my course, they're with my team. So you need a funnel. It's pretty much, to make it simple in layman terms, it's just a system that clients can come through to buy into your service. You know, you're able to do it multiple times. I'm in the coaching and education space because my family was all educators and some business owners, and I understand the power and importance of education. I've worked with some coaches, like relationship coaches and fitness coaches. I specifically like to focus on the financial coaches. So whether you're teaching e-commerce, whether you're teaching people how to trade, or whether you have a digital marketing agency, because I want everybody to be on the equal playing field and learn about money, finance, you know, the new possibilities out there that we're blessed to have in this generation. And it's just really important to me, because I truly believe that the only way you can really impact people and change their life is through education. Of course, only if they want it, though. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
So you started your online coaching business a little over 2 years ago. What do you do to get clients? How are you able to scale from 0 to 6 figures a year?
Okay, so to be honest, I got into it by accident. You know, you met me, I was in the space where I was writing books. I became a 6-time published author in the personal development space, and I have moved to Bali. I tried different things first. I tried e-com. Some of those weren't really my cup of tea. And I actually was trying to help my girlfriend start her coaching businesses for other women, and as well as her retreat and wellness business. And I just couldn't figure out. I was like, how do these people get clients? Like, how are they getting leads? Well, I had no clue about a personal brand, nothing. So I ended up paying this guy, Marco Russell, about 10 grand. You know, he sold me like so good. I was in his funnel. I didn't even realize it. His salespeople were so good. And you know, he taught me everything from running ads, building a personal brand, having a course, hiring a team. Some things were still not fully clicking in my mind. So then I paid 5 grand to Trey Cockrum in his program. And I learned a lot from him and his team. And I was like, okay, I really like how they teach and coach. So pretty much I just learned that the power of a personal brand is so important, because we're able to now have the narrative, the branding in our own hands. And with Facebook ads, you're able to drive a lot of traffic directly to you. People can, you know, message you for your service, or hundreds of people messaging you for your service. So that opened my eyes and helped me realize that if you have a system, pretty much a video sales letter, a place where they can book calls with you, a course, put a team in place, your social media channel has just become a money printing funnel. You're just putting money behind ads and watching this machine reprint. You're making good impact on people through education. It's beautiful. The new American dream is to take the American money and get out of America, you know? Yeah. So they're gonna want to have their little modern homes over there.
It's attainable.
The floodgates are open now. It's to anyone, any nationality, any race.
Anybody.
The internet's here, the education's here. You know, if you're sitting there like doom scrolling or just watching like just BS all day, it's kind of embarrassing at this point, because there's so much information out there that could be teaching you. There's so many. It's almost like anyone in a great position, they have to have personal brands now and educate people to make money. So you have access to some of the world's greatest leaders and, you know, business people, and it's just a beautiful time to be alive. Our grandparents didn't have this stuff, so if you're not taking advantage of it, bro, like, you're kind of just playing.
You're gonna get left behind.
You're gonna get left behind.
So do you consider yourself any religion?
To be honest, I have some very close family friends that grew up that own a church, and I grew up Christian. I think majority of my family is Christian, and as I've grown up though, I don't feel 100% comfortable labeling myself under any specific religion. I love aspects of Christianity. I love the book of Proverbs, Revelation. As I've traveled and learned more and opened my eyes to different books, I realized like I love a lot of things that the Buddhists teach. I also love a lot of things that the Muslims teach. I don't consider myself any of those religions, but I can appreciate the fact that I feel like everyone in their own way is sharing their perception of the higher power, our creator that we're all a part of. And I think with that creator, or the knowledge of yourself, to know you're a part of it and co-creating life with it, you can have, do, or be anything you want. And if you mature in it, what you want to be is a light and a servant to others. So my own relationship with God is just most important to me, and I respect all religions, but I wouldn't consider myself one religion. You have the experience where maybe you're thinking that the vision's only in your head, or maybe only you have certain answers because only you can see the vision. But as you're going, maybe like your woman plants seeds of ideas that actually really helped you. You're like, oh, I couldn't have thought of that myself. She put me onto this. I didn't even realize I needed that. She does have that sixth sense or that intuition where she's like, hey, babe, I don't think that's a good deal. I know it looks good on paper, but it just feels like wrong, like all money and good money. Or as you grow and age and you're growing in a relationship, you feel like, wait, this is like an angel sent. It's a helpmate. It's a natural God. It's a natural helpmate. When you're growing up, you start realizing like life isn't just go play all day. You're trying to look for value and align yourself with value. And you start asking questions like, why is this person in my life? What value do they bring? And why am I in their life? What value can I bring to them? And then you look to the women and you're like, oh wait, when I was younger, maybe it was just because you look good. I want you around. But when you open your mouth, like, what words are you speaking life to over me, over my dreams, over our future family, over whatever? What value does she bring? And if she's the right woman, you start realizing like, oh, God knows I couldn't do this by myself, and sent a valuable angel to help you and give you great ideas. They're there for you spiritually. They're your words of encouragement when you're feeling low.